Hey, and welcome back to A Rat Mountain Life, where we build, adventure, and explore. We're gonna go out, do a little camping today, just do a nice, quick little trip.
Woohoo!
Gonna be fun, right guys?
Yeah.
It's starting to get to be spring around here. The snow is going away. I'm sure we'll get at least another good snowstorm or two, just because that's Colorado in the high country. That's how it works.
I hope we don't, because we're gonna go climbing tomorrow afternoon.
Yep, and we might do some climbing tomorrow, cook some food, hang out. We also got a new drone, which is kind of fun. So we're gonna get different shots from the drone potentially, and we will just have a good time, and we'll try to be a little bit better each time we make a video. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're here at the campsite, and it's a cool little spot with a bunch of rocks up in here. Might do some climbing tomorrow, but the kids are gonna have some fun exploring. It's a great little site though. Okay. The kids are off playing on the rocks here. Go see what they're doing.
Oh, got it! Ah!
Guys having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful, don't go too high.
I'm the king of the world.
Okay, don't go near the edge of cliffs.
Get Pinky up if I
Good.
prone her.
Good.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. You can see the rings up there. There's a climb on this side, right by the campsite. And the kids like the little caves back here. What'd you make? Show me.
That.
Huh?
This.
Oh, yeah. Treasures. Hi.
Oh, guys, we have made up rooms, and we thought we would want to give you a little show.
Aubrey just showed us the museum.
I can show you the tunnel room. Yeah, let's.
Okay. Then I'm going to go back over to Mom, okay?
All right. Here it is, folks. The tunnel room. Follow us.
Tunnel room.
Mini mountain lions.
Pretty cool. All right, just don't go near the cliff edges, okay? The kids are with Mom right now, so I'm just going to go and head down, see where the easiest way to get down to the river is from here. This is the Arkansas River. Pretty low right now, but it's rising pretty quickly as the snow is melting out. It's definitely getting warmer out here. Arkansas is a great river. Definitely can do a ton of rafting out in this area, and it's a cool spot to come visit. Yep, there's another camping spot over there. You're right. Keep following the trail.
It's down there, like. Oh, I see it, I see it, I see it. I think there's fish in the water.
Yeah, there's good fishing in the Arkansas. So there's a little eddy right down by there. You see where the beach is?
Oh, yeah. Eddy means very calm water.
Yeah, you see how there's a little bit of a still part of the water over there on the side? But it's running really fast through the middle. The eddy's the part on the side. Oh, found a cave. That's always fun.
Water! Oh, it's flooding. Watch this. Oh, I skipped two. Dad, I just skipped two.
Oh, that's awesome.
I found a bug.
A bug? What kind? Box elder bug? Alright, put him down. Leave him alone. It's too bad you're so scared of bugs and stuff, huh?
I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're not. We're back. at the campsite. Right, Mom's taking off. It's just us left here now.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay here and we're gonna camp out overnight. Have some steaks here in a little bit.
Steak.
Steak.
Well, Mom wasn't there last time. Okay, so it is just about, oh, I don't know what time, but it is dinner time, and my dad is going to cook some steak and mashed potatoes, a classic recipe, and it's gonna be pretty good.
It's gonna take a little while because we're gonna have to thaw everything out. They're still a little frozen. It's from some of our friends that went in on about a half cow with us, something like that. And so it's all good local beef. You guys can go climb around. Just make sure you're not going near the cliffs, right?
Also, while Dad is cooking, Aubrey and I are gonna go climbing. So, goodbye.
So I love these Camp Chef 2-burner Everest stoves. They're really one of my favorites. I like to use the extended line. When I get it hooked up right, these things are great. Just really good car camping stoves.
I just want to watch Dad making food. It's the moment you've been waiting for.
Hey.
Steak! This might get a little boring, so. Mom, there's like.
We've got a griddle on here this time. So multi-tool, yep.
It's steak.
Oh, that is a thick one.
Oh, there's 2 pieces in there. Okay, this will be a great meal.
Yep, it will. I always bring these gloves with me because they're really good for picking up hot stuff. Get out the trusty spice wheel again. There you go. Spin it over. Kind of go underneath it, okay? There you go. Okay, flip it over gently. Flip it over. Yep, push it over. Nice.
Yay!
All right, thank you. Good job. Yep, why don't you guys go play for a little bit. I'll let you know when things are ready. I'm gonna have to split this thing in 2, I think. Just gonna go on this. These did not thaw properly all the way. Just pulled them out this morning and it took a little more than I thought to thaw them. Nothing wrong with splitting the steak down the middle then. I'm sure some of you super chef people will absolutely say there's something wrong with it, but I'm easy to please, so there we go. Yeah, that'll happen. You'll be okay. You're not bleeding. I have children spying on me from up high.
I'm a mountain lion. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, that's a dangerous mountain lion. I had to split that 1 in 2, but it'll still be good. Just hanging out in the campground and having a good time cooking some dinner as the kids pretend to be mountain lions up there. Again, it seems like a silly thing, but using a metal spatula for these cast iron things are the way to go.
Now it's time for the second part of our meal, mashed potatoes. Don't forget the gravy.
Even if they are instant, they still look pretty good. Get some steak, a little overdone. Let's get some gravy in here. You gotta put the gravy bucket in there. There you go. How's the root beer? The sun is setting. It's winding down a little bit. We're gonna get cleaned up for dinner. Maybe go check out the sunset. Head to bed here in a little bit when it gets dark.
I am a mountain lion. Me too. Wow. Really, really cool.
Kind of fun camping around the rocks because we can actually see our site, which is kind of fun. Some climbing routes over there too.
I see Supersonic.
But
Oh.
You can see everything.
sun's going down. We're gonna go ahead and probably head back down to camp, just right down there. We're gonna clean up here and get ready to settle in for the night. Okay, go down that way where it's safe, okay? Good job.
Cleaning the pan. Worst job in camping.
We're having some cookies now for dinner, or for dessert, well, after dinner. I'm gonna play a game called Talking Points. And what you do is you ask a question and then you give answers. Our first question here is, what do you think the world will be like in 25 years?
I said that humans will probably have robot hands.
I think everything would not look so beautiful anymore.
You think everything will not look so beautiful anymore? I think humans might have some robot hands. It's possible. But I think there will be humanoid robots, and I think artificial intelligence will have a lot of the jobs in the world. A lot of the jobs left will be blue-collar jobs, but that's even questionable at that point. Learn to do stuff. Learn to fix things. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. So this is a fun one that all kids always say. What are some things that your parents did or do that you'll never do?
I know.
Okay.
Fart all the time. You do it.
That was funny, Aubrey. All right, this is a good one too. What scares you the most and why? Everyone's scared of something, that's for sure.
I'm also scared of mountain lions.
I'm scared.
That's fair.
I'm scared of bears eating our food.
Bears are scared of you.
For the most part, that's true. You just leave bears alone, and generally they leave you alone. However, but I still carry bear spray, and sometimes I still carry a gun because I want to make sure that if a bear or mountain lion does come after me, or you guys or anyone, which almost never happens, right? But if you do, then I want to make sure I can protect us. And that's important. What scares me the most? It changes as you get older. But what scares me the most is you guys or mom or anything getting in trouble and me not being able to help you. And as an adult, that's just kind of how things change. You get scared more for other people. Would you rather your parents hug you, praise you, so tell you something good about that you did, and say good job or whatever, or do something nice for you?
Buy a cute little puppy for me.
Buy a cute puppy, okay. Yeah.
I would go with
Do something nice for you. Like buy me a baby puppy.
Like buy you a baby puppy, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with do something nice for me because I really want to get a baby chickie.
No indoor chickens probably, but we do have
I mostly want a baby.
have 14 chickens and a rooster.
15.
I mostly
14
want.
chickens, hens, and a rooster. We have this new GoPro light on the camera here. Hopefully it lights it up and works a little better. Plus, I think this new mic is going to be pretty helpful as well. What would you do for fun if you had to give up electricity?
Oh,
But can you?
I'd sell the house, move out to a forest, and then just climb trees all the time and rocks. I like climbing.
Sounds actually pretty reasonable.
I'll do that too.
We're just going to go live in the woods?
Yeah.
Okay, we just got to talk mom into it now. So we just got to talk mom into living in the woods, and we should be fine.
When I'm a grown up, I'm just gonna buy a horse and ride around the woods.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yes, if you can get mom to sell our house, then we can live in the woods.
There you go. Mom,
And
you
the
heard it.
dog
We
can
have to
stormy
sell our
night.
house and live in the woods now. Would you rather live in a boathouse, a treehouse, an igloo, or a teepee?
Oh, treehouse.
Treehouse.
Treehouse. Why?
Well, one, it's in the trees, so it's not very easy for predators to get up.
Have you ever seen a bear climb a tree?
Yeah, but that's baby bears.
No, that's all bears. Aubrey, why would you want to live in a treehouse rather than a boathouse or an igloo or a teepee?
Because if any animal wanted to stop by, because I would put pet food in my house, any kind, flying creatures.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's not gonna be.
and climbing creatures. I would put it outside the window on the trees, and then they would just grab it. Then I could be helping the animals. And
Would you have birds come in your house and sing on your shoulder sometimes?
yeah, I
Yeah.
just do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Sleeping Beauty. Wait. That's not Sleeping Beauty. I think that's another.
I think it's
prin-
all Disney princesses. That's how that works. Well, I would have to go with either the treehouse or the teepee. I've been in, not igloos, but Quincy's. You guys have been in Quincy's too. But it's a little bit icy and it's just not quite as dry. So a teepee, pretty nice if you do it right. A treehouse can also be really nice if you do it right. So any of those things are really good, but those are my two.
All right, it's time. Rocket stove.
So we're gonna try to do a wood log rocket stove.
It's
And we'll see. Turn that light on until we get it lit here.
it's the time you all been waiting for.
See what we can do. All right, the rocket stove is starting to pick up a little bit.
You can put the wood in here, kind of like a regular stove. Then it comes out the chimney, like a regular house
Just
stove.
like-
Rocket jet's gonna land.
But it really is. It's really cool when you think about it as a jet. It's bursting flames.
Let's see if
I'm
we
a
can get it to
dragon.
go without the.
Ah! Smoke's on me.
Yep, that got it going, Dad. Oh, that got it going.
Pretty cool, huh? So, here's the rocket stove. And as you can see, when I blow on it,
It ignites.
that's pretty cool. Looks like our Swedish log rocket stove is a success here. You can see how you could easily put some nails or screws up on here and go ahead and cook directly over it. It actually works really well. It was kind of messy before, but it's getting cleaned up with all the burning out. Burning very cleanly out of the top. And you see how there's not any flame coming out of the bottom really? It's all just going straight up that chimney pipe. So this thing has been going for a good 15 or 20 minutes now. Truth be told, it's working a whole lot better than I thought it would, better than other little prototype ones I've had. Probably gonna pour some water down it and reuse it later, but it's pretty amazing. It's really just kind of a hollowed out hole here. And then it's having this just a perfect flame coming out the top. I think I can use it for later. All right, well, we are headed to bed. I've got one that's already sleeping down there. And Josiah is
Trying to get warmed up.
trying to get warmed up. Tuck in for a minute. All right. We will see you tomorrow. Good night. What do you say, Josiah?
Good night.
Good night. All right, we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Just woke up. The kids are up out over there, just playing around. And so, hi guys.
Hi.
We're gonna make some breakfast here soon, then probably head out and do some climbing. We'll go check that out. The tent is a giant mess of sleeping bags because it was chilly last night, but it probably got down into the, I don't know, maybe the
Hey,
20s.
it was worth it.
But-
I stayed warm all the night. Me
Good.
too.
Good. Well, that's what we're aiming for. Nothing like delicious breakfast of Captain Crunch.
Nothing like it.
Chocolate.
Oh, that looks good.
Well, the kids are up playing up there on the rocks. Seems like they're making good decisions around the rocks, which is good. I'm just having some coffee and hanging out for the morning. We'll probably go climb a little bit later. It's been a good trip so far. Apparently the kids have found some worms or something they want to show me. Gonna go see some worms.
They're not worms, they're caterpillars.
Caterpillars, got it.
They're hatching, I think.
Oh, right on there.
They haven't hatched yet.
No.
But there's like 514 eggs in that thing.
514, you say? Cook up the bacon, and then cook your eggs in the bacon grease. These eggs are actually from our chickens. Got them, I don't know, a little over a year ago now or so. And they've been laying eggs consistently for us. It's pretty cool.
Pretty good.
It's important to bring your trusty leather gloves so you don't burn your hands. A little hot sauce on there. So I'm just eating breakfast. The kids already had a lot of theirs, had some bacon, had some cereal, and then we're gonna clean up and probably go do some climbing. So this is one of the reasons that I really like to have a truck with a camper shell. You can see, you can sleep in the back, put a nice little drawer underneath. It just makes it really functional to be able to pull up to a campsite, pull up wherever, just kind of crash and sleep right there. So when you're packing up a tent, one of the best ways I've found to go about cleaning out the inside without sweeping it out or anything, really simple, but it's one of those things you just don't think about. Take the tent, just turn it inside out, and shake. You just find your open door, put it right side out again. So there's a lot of debate out there amongst outdoor people, which is kind of silly, but it is what it is, whether you should roll up your tent or pack your tent. And I'm so much of a nerd that a few years ago, Backpacker magazine put out a study they did, and somewhat informal, but it still was give a little bit of an idea. Anyways, basically they said the best way to store your tent long term without putting a crease in it over and over again is to actually roll it up. When you're backpacking, when you're just throwing things away quickly, sure, stuff it in there. But they just said that the best way to go about it in all their studies was to actually roll it up. So that's what I've done for my tents where I store them long term. When I'm backpacking, I just shove everything in there. If you want to make sure it fits close to right back into the original packaging, which not everyone does that, but just kind of size it out and make sure it fits pretty close to right in this bag. That way you get a pretty consistent sizing and rollout every single time. And just remember that you should never, ever, ever store a wet tent away, otherwise it'll mildew, it'll mold, and then it won't be waterproof and it gets nasty. I can't smell, but a lot of people say it smells really bad too. I just don't have a sense of smell. I got hit in the nose when I was little. It should fit pretty close to back in the bag, maybe not perfect. There we go. Then I put the stakes and the ground tarp on top, that way I can get to them right away. So you can see our rocket stove got pretty well hollowed out on the inside there. And then it's got a nice chimney tube. It worked really well. We're gonna save this one, and now it's been kind of seasoned out, we might use it again and maybe try to cook on it, we'll see. So we're gonna go ahead and go climbing today. For those of you that haven't been climbing before, or don't know much about that, I've been climbing for quite a few years, so there's a lot of different gear you can use, but really what it comes down to is you just need to have a good anchor, you need to have good rope, you need to make sure that you have an approved harness that's actually going to hold you and hold your weight. If you got little kids, Aubrey is going to go into this harness. Josiah has one that's more like the adult style, it's just around your waist. It's a bunch of different things you'll see, but as we go out today, I'll probably try to explain at least the basics of it. Don't take that as full instruction on anything on how to do this yet, but it at least gives you a basic overview and idea of what to do while climbing. So there's all sorts of gear that you can use, like this is all traditional climbing gear, meaning you put your own gear in the rock. You've got cams, got stoppers, you've got Josiah's harness, he's got his shoes, you can get shoes for kids. There's a lot you can do with it, but the biggest thing is make sure you're staying safe, make sure you're being smart, make sure you are using the right gear and know what you're doing when you're out there. We're gonna go head off and set up some climbs here. So just maybe a little 5-minute hike from the campsite. That's why it's such a great spot to do this. So I'm up here at the top of the climb, and today we're going to do what's called top roping. So the kids are right down at the bottom there. I already said hi to them, but they're sitting down, they're not anywhere near the cliff edge. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to get harnessed up and then go set up what's called a top rope. So the rope comes up through the top, goes through some carabiners and the anchor that you set up, and then what I can do is I can actually belay or hold them from down below, and you use friction, use a harness. I'll go over some of that, but it's really actually, it's more perceived danger than it is actual danger. In this case, it's scary going up high, but the reality is top roping is one of the more safe activities you can do outside with rock climbing, and just in general. It's far more dangerous to be going mountain biking. Even hiking really has a higher rate of people getting hurt. Before I go anywhere, I want to make sure that I'm getting harnessed up before I go near any cliff edges. I've been climbing 23, 24 years now. Most experienced climbers can fall off the edge if they're not being smart. Always stay in a harness, always get tied in, because anyone can fall. So the way a harness works here is the new harnesses, most of them now have what's called an auto double back. What it is it's this little belt lever. You just pull it and cinch it tight. You can kind of tuck it back through here out of the way too. That only tightens, doesn't loosen up on itself. It tightens with more pressure. I have my leg loops pre-adjusted with auto double backs. I'm going to stay tied in with a safety tether, and so I've got this tethered into me and a locking carabiner. So I'll clip this in as I go along. That makes sure I stay safe, and I'm making sure that I don't fall on it hard, because it's a very static line too, as compared to the rope, which has a little stretch to it. Right now I'm getting close to the edge of the climb here, so what I'm going to do is take my locking carabiner that's tied to my tether. I'm going to clip it just through this ring right now. You don't want to climb through the ring, but I'm fine to clip into it. What this does, it gives me a little bit of leeway where I'm not going to fall real hard over the cliff. I measured out the distance to be pretty close to that. And it's a locking carabiner, so I'm not going to come off. So, just in case I'm not careful, I slip, whatever, I pass out or something, I'm not going to go all the way over the edge. It's just a smart way to set up. So as I do this, what you're looking for is, at least the acronym I learned years ago was earnest, equalized, redundant, no extension, safe, and timely anchor. When it comes down to that, this is really a pretty easy setup. I do have to extend it over the edge. The rope isn't rubbing on the rock the whole way. I want to make sure I can see that. So this is a Dyneema line here, which is like a really, really strong tensile strength for the rope. And this is made for anchors. It looks like very thin cord, but this is actually made for anchors. It's very strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip a locking carabiner through here, and I'm going to make sure it faces down. Just goes hanging straight down here. Lock it up, double check it, make sure it's locked. I will take another locking carabiner and do the same thing. So now we're safe at these 2 points, locked in. And then what I did was I tripled up the carabiners here and I opposed them. If any of these came undone, they cross each other, okay? So I tripled them up. You really only need to double it, but I tripled it just in case. Then I equalized this anchor, so I pulled a knot and tied it all together. So if one piece came undone, it would still have an extra one. That's that redundant factor. Where if this one came undone, it would still hold on to these bolts that are in the wall. Now the bolts were drilled out probably with an SDS drill, and then there's an expanding wedge anchor. If you're in construction, it's called like a redhead usually, but there's specific ones for climbing that are stainless steel. That's what's in here. And we're talking multiple thousands of pounds that each of these holds. So you just need to make sure that the nuts are nice and tightened down. All good. And then what I do is very last thing, I have 2 points on at the end, and it's holding a couple little kids, and it can hold thousands of pounds, and neither of them are over 60 something pounds. What you're going to do is opposite and oppose your locking carabiners. I have heard people that say you trust locking carabiner on one end, you should trust one on the other end. That's true, but when you have your own kids or you're guiding or something, might as well be redundant and use two. I've got 2 locking carabiners going over the edge. I'm going to throw the rope down, then we're going to be good to go and start climbing. And you'll see a lot of new ropes now have a middle marker here. This is a very short climb comparatively, so I'll have to pull the rope through. But I'll clip the middle for now and drop it just so we can see. I'll give you a view over the edge. Finally, it's important to make sure, even though these are opposite and opposed, they would be fine. But I also locked them, so if you'll see, locked here, it's tripled up here, locked here, and locked here. So we know we're safe to go, and then when I throw the rope, I'll be able to belay the kids. All right, you kids, I'm throwing the rope, so you'll need to look out. All right, rope coming, rope. There we go. There are 2 parts of the rope, hang on those, okay? Okay, so right now you can see this one is tensioned up, and this one's not quite tensioned up. So what I can do easily to adjust that is I can unlock, I can actually just wrap it around here, do 1 twist, okay. So now he's hanging on this, and you can see we have pretty much equal tension on both of these. And that's what you want, is about equal tension so it's sharing the load. And I have a nice small angle here. Normally you don't want any more than 60 degrees. And I have it extended out, and there's nothing rubbing too badly, and the rope can hang freely now. We have a safe anchor, the kids are gonna be good, and we can have a good day out here. Those of you that are wondering how I got to the top of the climb, sometimes what you do is you have to lead climb up, but what I did was actually just do this nice little walk around, so it makes it easy. Aubrey, you excited to climb? Yeah. Powering up with some root beer, I see. You're excited to climb?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna kind of go up this little chimney area up to the top. We've got all of maybe 40 feet. It's not a huge climb, but it's super fun. You ready?
I'm swinging.
There you go. So it'll hold you, huh?
That's fun.
Yeah, so it'll hold you. So what you'll do on a harness is you need to make sure that your leg loops come all the way up in here. And then you want your waist belt nice and high, way up there on your waist. The reason being, not that it's likely, but if you did flip upside down, we want to make sure that you would stay in your harness. Now Aubrey has a full body harness for her, so if she flipped upside down, she's got it over her shoulders. If Josiah did though, he now can't push it over his hips very easily, right?
Okay, so my dad is gonna stack the rope, whatever that means. Is Aubrey who's gonna go first. She has everything she needs. Harness, shoes, and yeah. I'll get a good shot of her climbing.
Which way is it supposed to go in?
Got all tangled up coming down. When you're climbing, we use what's called a figure-8 follow-through knot usually. And the way that we do that is, the way I like to say it, is take your alien head. So you go like this and you cross him over. So now we've got an alien head. But he's coming in to invade the earth. So we're going to go to the very end of this rope here. We're going to go ahead and choke him and punch him right in the face with the knot. It's violent, but it's a good way to remember it. Now we have what looks like the number what?
8.
The number 8, so that's why they call it a figure-8 follow-through. The reason that works really well is, what it does is you retrace this knot all the way back through. We follow the train tracks from this part all the way up through. So we want it to look like a double 8. And when you finish it off, you've got a nice looking 8. And this is a little too much extra, but too much isn't a problem. The way you check it is 2 down here, 4, 6, 8, 10. When you have 10 strands like that, you know you've got a nice knot. And it only tightens on itself, doesn't come loose. As the belayer, what I will do is I'll take this belay device, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds. This one's called a Gree, and it's an automatic locking one. And so there's 2 pictures on here. There's a man going up, and then there's a hand on the outside. So we want to make sure Aubrey is on the man, or girl in this case, going up. Then what you do is you clip the carabiner through here, and I clip it through my belay loop for this. But when you tie off a knot with a rope, you want to go through 2 points. You use a belay loop for belay. That's this little loop right here. Then I lock it down, make sure it's locked. Aubrey then we already did our check on her knot. We've already done her harness check and everything. So now we're all ready to go, and Aubrey and I are going to do a series of commands. Okay, so you say what? On belay. And then I say belay is on. That's me saying, hey, I've got you, I'm going to hold you. And then you're going to say climbing. So you're checking with me that it's okay to climb. So say climbing. So go ahead and start climbing when I say climb on. All right, Aubrey girl.
It's hard.
It is hard, yeah. I'll put both feet beside him. It's easier if you stay on the outside rather than the inside. So you see how she's starting to use her legs to push her up. She's not pulling herself up. She's using her legs to push herself up. Nice.
Nice job, Aubrey.
Good work. Yeah, Aubrey girl. Look right next to you. Do not touch it. We never, ever, ever put our hands through a bolt finger like that. Because what happens? If you fall, especially on lead, and you stay and you fall, and the bolt is there, which one do you think is going to rip off first? Your finger or the bolt?
Finger.
Yeah, so don't touch the bolts. Good. Now stand up. Use those legs and stand up on that ledge. Now you stand up. Use those legs. Yeah. Do it. That's it. Almost there. Almost there. Pull up. Pull up. Put your foot up.
Come on, come on. Come on, Aubrey.
You're about to get to the top.
Aubrey.
You are almost there. Keep looking up.
Nice job.
And get your foot on it and stand on up.
Come on, come on,
See?
come on.
All right. See if you can touch it. Boom.
Ding.
All right, now what? Sit back like you're in a chair and hold on to the rope. I got you. Aubrey, nice job. Nice job, Aubrey.
Give me 5.
Ow. Don't let me do it.
Feet on the ground.
Boom.
Nice job. Hey, I told you you could do it. Nice work.
We're putting the camera on my head so you can see a better view. And it looks cooler.
We're gonna get that footy for the boys. You go on the wall to push you up. Good. That. Yep. Yeah, buddy. There you go.
Woohoo! Okay, this is scary. This is very scary.
That was the hardest move. Almost there.
This
Couple,
is me.
couple more feet. Go up, touch the carabiner, and you're done. Boom, that's it. All right, it's all easy from there. Yeah.
I have no choice but to go up.
There you go. There you go. All right, now touch the carabiner. Good job. Keep going. Almost there. And carabiner.
Ding!
Okay.
Pretty cool up here. There's the Arkansas River over here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the train tracks? Cool. All right, I'm coming down.
All right, lean back. Hold on to the rope. Yeah. That's exactly right. Good. Wide feet now.
That's how I was.
Yep, you did it too.
And this actually feels fun.
Yeah, it's super fun when you get it. All right, stand on the ground and back on you. You're standing on your own 2 feet.
See ya.
Nice job. Clean up this climb here, rappel down and see the kids. Rope, let me know if it touches.
Now.
Okay. So this can be kind of a cool way to rappel down. What you do is you have an extender. It's really just easier to control your rope management and all that if you have an extended rappel. When you're holding someone else, it's called belaying, and when you're holding yourself, it's called rappelling. And I'm through both here. I am on the ATC, and this can actually double itself up back on here. And we'll say on rappel.
I'm gonna die.
You're not gonna die. You're repelling.
Well, you can die rappelling, but as long as you're hooked up correctly, it's all right. And both of my ends of the rope are touching the ground, so we are all set.
What if your end of the rope's not touching the ground?
Well, then you can rappel off the end of your rope. That's how a lot of accidents happen. But thankfully, I checked with you and I saw that it was on the ground. We are all done. We've got the climb all cleaned.
Aubrey
I was getting shoes back on, and we're gonna walk back to the campsite and grab some lunch now.
That.
Yeah.
We're playing in.
Yep, this is the campsite again. Did you guys have a fun day climbing?
Yeah.
Good. What do we have for lunch?
Me, I'm just having a peanut butter sandwich. Aubrey and you were just having Nutella and peanut butter on a bagel.
Yep, it's really good.
Peanut butter's better.
Tell is better.
Well, they're both good.
Peanut butter.
Nutella.
Peanut butter.
Nutella.
We're gonna do one final trip down to the river, and then I think we're gonna head home. Been fun so far, guys?
Yeah.
We're all very dirty, so we're gonna get a little cleaned up in the river, and then we can come home and not be quite as dirty when Mom sees us.
Ready, Dad?
Yep, go for it. Well, that didn't quite skip, but maybe next time.
I got one skip.
Well, I think that's it for this trip. We're gonna head home here soon. Thanks for joining us at Arett Mountain Life, and follow us and keep going. Make sure to
Like, subscribe.
and subscribe. There you go. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.